I want to film this, but anyway. So there's a circle. Circle has a radius, and we call that radius just r, because it could be any radius really, right? Yeah. So with the area of a circle, the area of a circle is pi r squared. So the question was, why is it pi r squared for the area of a circle?
Why is it?
Or how do people know?
Okay.
So one way in which it's shown is, imagine you have what's called concentric circles fitting inside this circle with a radius of r. Concentric circles are basically, think of like donuts wrapping around the center of the circle, all the way to the point where we've hit the circumference. So these are my concentric circles. Imagine that the last concentric circle is the one on the circumference. Yep. Then what we do is we say, okay, so we've got all these concentric circles. Imagine they're like made of string or something like that, right? Certain thickness to them. Imagine that we take all of them and we cut them along this radius here. So we pull them apart and we flatten them out. What shape would you expect to get if we do that?
A flat line.
If you flatten them all out and you layer them one on top of the other.
Oh, a triangle.
Yep.
Oh.
So the central one is the smallest one. So you might have something like that. Then you start having that. Then you start having that.
Infinite, right?
Something like that, right?
Infinite. And it'd be infinite in between here.
In between them?
In between would be infinite.
Yeah, it gets a lot smaller
Okay.
as you progress. Yes. So this is just an approximation of it, and this is where Jeremy was like, "Oh, is this an approximation?" Not exactly. So he was correct. So in this sense, yes, it's only an approximation because these pieces of string have a certain thickness, and we can see it's not perfectly a triangle, right? But we know that it's modeling a triangle. So then what you do is you go, okay, if we are assuming that when we break this apart and we flatten it out and it looks like a triangle, how do you calculate the area of a triangle normally?
All the sides of the ABC. I don't know.
Half times base times height of the triangle. Yeah. The base of this triangle would be this piece of the concentric circles. It would be the largest one, wouldn't it? Yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Which is the circumference of the circle. Yeah. So the base is the circumference of the circle. Circumference is 2 pi r. The height would be the radius. Because if we've taken all of these strips of string of different lengths and we're stacking them on top of each other, when you stack them on top of each other, don't they give the same thickness that was being represented here along the radius? Yeah? So the height would be the radius, and you times it by a half. A half times 2 is 1, so you get pi r squared. So that means the area of this triangle is pi r squared, which would equal to the area of a circle as well. Whoa. Because we're using this idea to model how to get that area of a circle.
What the hell?
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.